Dragon Ball Super Season 2. After what appears to have been a break that's lasted forever, we are slowly starting to see new news trickling in surrounding the release of Dragon Ball Super's next installment. And for some time now, I have been avoiding making any kind of Dragon Ball news related videos, focusing only on the manga and fan manga, mainly just because these sources that people were citing just weren't quite reliable enough. And that goes a long way to why I was really not surprised at all when Dragon Ball Super didn't return in June as some people had claimed. But today, after much research and vigorously chasing up leads and various Toei affiliates, I am now going to finally, for the fans, summarize and talk about absolutely everything we know so far about Dragon Ball Super Season 2, from story to updates from Toei, or lack thereof, to even the rumored release dates that have come and gone. So if you've been sitting with confusion, unaware of everything that's been announced and leaked to this day, since March 2018, make your way through this entire video and I guarantee absolutely any question you could possibly have had surrounding Super's return will be answered. And if not, just leave it in the comments down below and I will reply. Before that though, my name is Arj and I invite you to subscribe and hit that notification bell to join our community of 197,000 Dragon Ball fans. So get that done and welcome. Now let's just get into part 1, the actual story that will be carrying on when Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Beerus, Whis and all our favourite characters return once more, and it obviously will follow exactly on from where the Tournament of Power ended. At the end of the Tournament of Power, we saw Android 17 take the W and wish back all of the universes erased by Zeno. Now obviously there is some debate, with some people believing that the wish just meant the universes that fought in the Tournament of Power, while others think it could also mean the 6 universes that Whis mentioned were erased by Zeno long ago. My opinion on this is that yes, Android 17 when he made the wish did inadvertently also wish those universes back, since mentioning these erased universes in the first place needed to have a reason, otherwise it would have just been a pointless detail. But opinions aside, canonically speaking, following the Tournament of Power was the story of the Broly movie. The gist of the movie was the introduction of a new Saiyan to the Z-Fighters, one who could fight on the same level or beyond that of Goku and Vegeta, and that was of course Broly. Since this movie is in fact canon, there is little doubt that the first arc of Dragon Ball Super, when it returns, will in fact be retelling the story, with slightly different fight scenes but more or less the same outcome. The reasons for this, that is, if you think about it, is actually unreasonable to just expect all fans of a series to have paid and watched a movie which had a limited release time in cinemas, and this is also why Battle of Gods also had the same treatment in the anime. This is pretty standard and pretty clear. The only interesting aspect of this that I can imagine is that since Evolution Blue and Kaioken Blue are anime exclusive forms, there is a huge likelihood that when these Broly movie scenes are reanimated, Goku and Vegeta will have these forms again. I'd say we can be pretty positive on that, as it just wouldn't make any sense to fans who only watch the anime when one of the most seen forms from the previous arcs suddenly disappeared, especially to the Western audience of the dub. Now, keep in mind what I've been saying about the slight differences that will occur between the anime and manga, which as we know we have already observed so far, because this will play an important part for the rest of this video. In the next arc, which currently is still finishing in the manga and has been confirmed to take place after Broly, we see the introduction of the Planet Eater Moro, an evil wizard sealed away millennia ago, even before the time of Majin Buu, a villain who was critically sealed away by none other than the most powerful of the Supreme Kais, the Daikaio. The Daikaio who would then go on to be absorbed by Buu and create the fat Majin Buu we now know. Long story short, this being Moro escapes with the help of Frieza's ex-subordinate and heads to New Namek in order to use the Dragon Balls to restore his power. Upon realizing this, the Galactic Patrol get to action and recruit not only Goku and Vegeta, but also kidnap Majin Buu in order to extract the Daikaio. In the end, it becomes unnecessary as the Daikaio can just access Buu's body at will, but during this whole process, a new character is introduced in the form of Mirus. He mysteriously is able to defeat both Goku and Vegeta with ease, but no one questions it because Dragon Ball? So then Goku and Vegeta attempt to fight Moro, but get their asses handed to them, since Moro is able to absorb all of their energy with his Planet Eater abilities. Following this, both Goku and Vegeta escape, but Vegeta mysteriously travels to Yardrat in search of a new power and techniques, while Goku confides in Miras about Ultra Instinct, who later then admits that he knows of it and can train Goku in it as well. The two begin, which ultimately we can already tell will result in Goku re-unlocking Omen, Mastered, or both versions of Ultra Instinct, a form we actually still haven't seen since the Tournament of Power, while Vegeta trains to achieve something entirely different. And this is basically where the story has come so far, but this arc so far has been extremely long and missed out a lot of key characters, so in all likelihood when the anime version airs, this will all be split up by at least 1 or 2 filler episodes which better flesh out the story. For example, the past of Moro and his battle of the Daikaio will more than likely be expanded into a full-length episode rather than the 2-page sheet we've currently got in the manga. Additionally, during these encounters in the stories, ones where Goku and Vegeta both face Moro, will most likely yet again see Kaioken Blue and Evo Blue make some sort of appearance in place of other forms. Sort of like how in the anime Goku fought Android 17 in Blue, but in the manga he only used Super Saiyan 3. All of this again makes perfect sense, as in the anime these are their go-to forms, especially now when facing a foe that is their strongest and most dangerous yet. Similarly, when Goku faces Miras, I imagine he will at least go to Blue before attempting Kaioken instead of being stopped at God form in the manga. When it comes to Vegeta's arc on Yardra, it would come to no surprise if after all these years we finally get to learn a little more about Goku's visit to Yardra after defeating Frieza, the life he lived there, who trained him, and who exactly taught him instant transmission, and why he didn't choose to learn anything else. This would be a great filler episode topic, and one which would fulfill the questions of longtime fans, while also adding context to Vegeta's role in the story. Now, on to part 3 and the part many of you fans would have been waiting for, and that is the information concerning Super's actual return. As mentioned before, since March 2018 when the series originally ended, many influencers and creators have come forward with false claims on when this series would be back, with the latest date that people stuck by being June 2019 as Super's eventual return. Skip forward to now as we enter 2020, and that has been disproven as misinformation, but what we have had announced is the official confirmation that Toei are working on yet another Dragon Ball Super movie, following the success of Broly. Further to this, in most recent times we have had Ryo Horikawa, the Japanese voice of Vegeta, announce on Twitter to all his fans that he has just had a meeting of Toei and there is big news but he can't tell us, followed by the hashtag Dragon Ball. Now keep in mind this is long after we already knew of the movie, so this secret would more than likely concern the anime. That anime being Dragon Ball Super and not Dragon Ball Heroes, since Dragon Ball Super is owned by Toei while Heroes is a product of Bandai. On top of this, language specialists have noticed that in this tweet, Horikawa is actually speaking to us in the voice of Vegeta. We know this from him using mannerisms which are commonly known to be rude in the Japanese language that would be highly unlike Horikawa, but instead is exactly as Vegeta speaks, since he is the Prince of Saiyans who respects no one. Finally, adding to this is the now confirmed booth timings of Jump Festa, which show 2 actual spots named Dragon Ball Super Anime, which has been confirmed by multiple sources and translators. This name is pretty revealing in itself. It can't be any more clear, but at the same time, with Toei being Toei, we can't tell just yet if this will be the moment a new series is revealed. It's up in the air, but what I can say from talking to various industry individuals is that we should be very excited regardless for what's to come, because it may be the news we have all been waiting for. What we do know, as I mentioned earlier, is that Dragon Ball Super has a feature on 2 days, both the 21st and the 22nd of December. On the 21st, however, King Iyoku, the man behind the Dragon Ball Room, will be talking, and the last time he ever spoke at Jump Festa was to announce the return of Dragon Ball in the form of Dragon Ball Super. So take from that what you will, but just think to yourself, if Dragon Ball Super has 2 spots and we know at least one of them will be talking about the movie, what really could be left for the other? You tell me down below in the comments. And that is really it. I won't add anything else in here that isn't confirmed or isn't very obvious from what we've seen before. And after watching this whole video, you're hopefully now completely caught up on your favorite series. If you're a fan of Dragon Ball, a long time one, then do join our community of nearly 200,000 like-minded individuals and hit that subscribe button with your notifications turned on. If you want to see more from me, then I highly suggest you click on one of these two videos on the right, which have a combined viewership of over 100,000 views between them. You will not be disappointed. Until next video guys, cheers.